Good day everyone, Sketchblitz Gaming here, coming to you with another video for today, and I've actually been a little bit sick lately, so if I sound stuffy, just know it's not my mic this time. So I'm going to be continuing my tutorial of Krita and how to continue drawing an Eastern Dragon, so let's get right into the video. And let's see, where did I leave off the last time? Oh yeah, I just finished the layer of the foreground draft, so I'm going to lock that, and now I'm going to go to the background and immediately clean this up, because now that I have it finished, I don't need the sketch layers sloppy lines distracting me. Okay. Next part would be updating this. Let's see. Okay. And to those of you who this is the first tutorial for, I will explain again. You can press Ctrl-C to undo any mistakes that you made in this software. It is compatible with that in a similar way to Google Chrome or Sketchpad. So just a tip. I am also about to explain that if you find that you have drawn something on a layer that is improper, like if you drew the background on a layer that is in front of the what's in the foreground, like I did, then you can go to the layer, make sure that you click both the layer bar and the square next to it in the yellow if you have that open in the timeline. Just a simple Ctrl-X, and then you would Ctrl-V it below your drafting layer. But what might happen, and this is the reason why I'm telling you guys, what might happen is sometimes when you press paste, it will paste it right where you had originally cut it from, even if you have selected a new layer like I'm showing now. So what you would have to do is actually click new layer and then go and click the layer down below, because what this does is that it seems to reset the cache in the software of where you're trying to paste. So now I am able to paste it below the layer I originally planned to. So again, you would only have to create a new layer, and then that would reset the data in the copying system of the software, and it would allow you to paste it below where you were originally planning to put it. So now my background is behind the characters I'm drawing currently. So that's not going to come back to bite me in the future. And let's see. I almost started erasing on the character layer. Okay, let's get this line cleared. Let's see. Let's get this cleared, and then there would be this. Okay, let's see. Another tip I want to give you guys, just in case you're drawing, sometimes you may have found that you might have used the fill option here and that you accidentally drew over something instead of erasing, and it's actually almost impossible to see unless you were to get rid of your background, in which case you can see it right here. This is, in my opinion, actually, it's not a very good way to handle this layer, because when I go back and I press fill, it shows up right here, and that makes the entire process more complicated. What happened here is not actually that the fill feature did not fill in that area, but rather it's that the program recognizes another layer is above where you're trying to fill it. And when it does that, and if you have it selected to fill all layers, it will respect whichever layer you have tried filling regardless of where you try pasting it. So what you will have to do is you will have to go back and turn off the background if that is what your colors are based on, until you can take care of that error. It is kind of a technicality when working with the software, but it enables you to properly handle any issue before it goes out of hand and you find yourself with a bunch of edits that you have to erase just as you start adding color. So let's see. Okay, so now that I've mostly got this done, there's just one thing I have to do that's left, and that's see if my theory on this is right. So let's see, fill level 1. And then let's see, let's take the eraser here, lines, and yeah, that confirms my theory. Okay. So that is how I am planning on doing the books later, but I did not do it on the correct layer. I am still working on the line layer instead of the color layer, so that kind of got erased right there. But you guys should see what I'm planning on doing eventually. For now, I've got to finish this up. Doing the drafts for the line to add the colors within honestly will probably take the longest. There's no avoiding it. Like, I'm saying this as someone who has used multiple softwares. You are never better like ignoring the software and, well, what works best for it. A lot of them require some creativity, rather, or adaptation, because, well, not everything can be paint tool sci, or I believe it was clip paint or clip art. So let's see. I'm going to finish this dragon's tail now, because this is not going to be the end of its tail, just like coming out of a mirror, unless I want it to be. I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that right there. So in any case, the library that I was drawing for the most part is mainly done. Well, for now. The bookshelves may not appear to be finished, but that's actually because there is a lot of complexity to designing a bookshelf sometimes, and sometimes you just need certain shortcuts. You don't want to take a ruler to a bookshelf that you're drawing and try to make everything just like a perfect angle, because when something looks perfect in art, sometimes that makes it look uncanny. You want your bookshelves to stand out a little bit, maybe give them some space between each other, make them uneven and whatnot. There's something about just the perfect angles in art. Like, if you were to stand in the middle of a downtown road, it would not look like the road continues for miles on end to a singular point as one point perspective. It would look like you have to do a U-turn because the person up ahead is crashed. And, well, one of the stores is probably closed. So having a little bit of asymmetry to what you're doing is a really good way to ensure that solid objects, such as bookshelves and whatnot, are not too perfect. Because if you put enough emphasis on them in the right ways, they'll actually, they'll enter this sort of uncanny valley phase. Like, let's see. The best way I would know to describe it is like comparing a bookshelf to a Rubik's Cube. Everyone knows that Rubik's Cubes have flat surfaces and sharp ends, but at the same time, there are plenty of Rubik's Cubes that have rounded ends so that you're not hurting your fingers when you turn them. Bookshelves are kind of the same, but it's not just that it's like that physically. Like if you were to touch a bookshelf, it's also arranged like that in the libraries. They're often formatted and arranged in a way that enables them to appear without seeming too intimidating. Because if you were to walk into a library and you saw all these books just leading into the back in a straight line, like, I don't know, and the receptionist's desk is in the very far back, that is far more intimidating and distracting from what you're actually coming to the library to do. The bookshelf's only purpose is to hold books, so that's the only thing you should have in mind when you design them. You don't need to do a full perspective change. Let's see, line here. Okay. It'll probably make more sense in another video when I get to finishing the bookshelves design. Let's see. Okay, one more line. It's like I had forgotten the word for how to describe it, but you need to have your background and your foreground stay separate in a way that complements each other without distracting from each other. Balance. Yeah, it was balance. That's the term. Okay, let's get rid of these characters real quick so I can see what I'm doing. So, let's see. For the most part, it is finished. If I really wanted to, I could actually get rid of the second character that's holding the mirror. Make that shattered glass. Yeah, that would be much more fitting. It's a little bit too complex otherwise. Let's see. What's back here? Nothing. Okay. And then I will start drawing the character's body here. It should not be the same design as the last time. That would be pretty repetitive. Let's see. Delay should be 20. Okay, let's see. Let's go for those boots next. Okay, let's see. This is a draft for this character though, so no guarantees that this is going to be how it actually looks. Okay, let's see. I'm going to do a little something extra here for me, which would be taking the shoulder. Let's see. I'm going to be taking the shoulder and the chest and rotating them. Let's see. Don't ask me for tips on anatomy, honestly. I'm more of a cartoonish kind of guy sometimes, so realism isn't always my thing, but the thing is, I don't use the typical references that a lot of artists do when drawing characters. I'm not going to draw the V's for the face or the cubes, circles, and squares. I would recommend looking at some of their tutorials first. Let's see. Well, that's almost good. It just needs a little bit more epicness. If I wanted it to be like that, I could, but no. I'm going to do a shape. Let's see. Thumb, finger, 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 finger. And then one book. Okay. Let's move that character up some. Okay, so now that I've primarily done the character's sketch, let's move on. Well, I've done the first draft, so let's do the second draft now. I'm going to be moving that distance down to 41 and the delay up to about, well, down to about 16. Let's see. Until I finish the character and his body, I cannot move on to the rest of the drawing and the point of coloring everything in. This is too thin. Let's see. Opacity 40. My delay is still too big. Okay, let's move that down to 12. Okay. Great, now my delay is too small. Back to 17 it goes. Okay. Let's foreshorten that leg some. I'm going to try not to use any specific shoe design because so many of them are trademarked, of course. Let's see. right here. Okay. That's still disproportionate. Okay, there we go. Okay, now for the upper body. Well, almost time for the upper body. Now I have to take care of this. Okay, there we go. Okay, now it's time for the upper body. Okay. Let's get that shirt sleeve made right about here. Okay, let's see. Let's get that clear so I can see it. Okay, that works. Now it's just a matter of getting the sword properly made. Let's see. No, that's not even. Okay, that's not even either. Wow. There we go. It might be surprising sometimes, but the pixel of a difference can actually be seen. And if stared at long enough, it can ruin an entire art piece. Okay, let's put this right here. I make the upper arm to then okay, now that I've got the sword finished, I can finish the second arm and shoulder. Okay. Do I want him to hold a book? He is in a library. Yeah, it only makes sense. Okay, finger 1, 2, 3, 4. That is an extremely jacked forearm, so I'm going to reduce its size. So let's see. Okay. Okay, there we go. Book is finished. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. Next, I have to get that second arm sleeve. That's not good enough. Let's see. There we go. Let's see, what next? Okay, right here. Okay, let's get rid of that layer and see what I'm actually drawing. Oh, it is gone. Okay. I'd say that that's a pretty good start. So let's see. Next part should be finishing the back and torso. It's always hard to get dramatic poses that are simultaneously realistic. Like, you look at the average cartoon cover, and if you try posing like that character does, you realize that it's almost impossible unless you have the slickest spine or something. Okay, there we go. That's finished. Was looking at the wrong layer. Okay, let's go back over here and warp that some more so that it's a little bit more like what I had tried to draw at first. There we go. Well, almost. Okay, now there we go. Let's see. I have to fix this line so that it doesn't bleed through when I fill this layer. Okay. Slowly but surely, this is getting done. Before I can move on to the rest, I have to finish the hair. Yep, his face is going to stay hidden because he can't even afford to look away right now. So let's get the final part of this done. And warp what did not turn out right. Okay, there we go. Next off is right here. Okay, character's done. Well, at least his main body. So the next part is to get rid of all of the background lines that are in the way of this design. Okay. see. Yeah, I don't need to put any more emphasis on that. At this point, it's practically a blurred line. Let's see. So again, I do apologize if you guys want some tips and I'm not speaking too much. This actually requires a lot of concentration, and I'm also still in the learning phase of doing tutorials. So if you guys have any questions that I'm not answering, feel free to ask them in the comments below. Ooh, that was a sick combination of the... Yeah, that went perfectly. Okay, let's see. Next off is the dragon itself. Okay, there we go. This is going to look a lot better once I start finishing it. But then again, that's all art pieces, honestly. Okay. Looks like I missed a spot for the bookshelf. Now I move on to erasing the part of the dragon that's right here. Okay, next. Oh, how could I ignore this? Wow. That has to go. And now for one of the final touches. Hopefully, it's one of the final touches. Okay, there we go. Okay, that does it for the most part. There's just one last thing. Since it's technically busting through a window right now, I'm going to draw the rest of its tail. It's not being summoned at this point. Great, I drew it on the wrong layer. Okay, there we go. Let's see, merge with the layer below. Lock. Almost. Just needs a little bit of warping so that it looks proper. Oh, it's moments like this that really bring out the OCD in me. Okay, let's see. Just had to save that real quick. So now I have the character done, the dragon done, the background. It's time I get rid of this this sketch right here. I don't need it any longer. I'm going to take a quick second to test the color thematics, see if there's a certain color or chroma that best fits this. Okay, let's see. I'm not actually coloring this in yet, not even close. I see a little bit too many faults to start doing that. So I'm going to go back over here, fix this real quick because this is a hot mess. Then there's this. This is slightly poking through. Okay. I think that's all of the errors that I had made up to this point. Now it's just a matter of getting the background's back wall finished. Okay. Final part. see. Okay, that's better. Okay. Well, it seems that is primarily it currently for this video. I have accomplished most of what I set out to do. So I have finished the character's primary design. In the next video, I may or may not be getting into doing the fine details. This would include the scales on the dragon, or if not scales, potentially fur, and also any muscle details, which you guys would just have to see to find out about. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a nice day.